is changing very fast, and this is because London has the three components that are crucial for growing a successful startup ecosystem. The first is talent, with some of the top universities in the world based in London, and a couple of them down the road in Oxford and Cambridge. Also international talent coming into the city. The second is capital. There's a huge concentration of capital in London, and more this capital is being allocated towards startups. And finally is ideas, or the ideas, the original ideas, but also the courage to dare to try new ideas. And while Europe has been labeled, maybe wrongly for a few years, as the copycat center of the world, maybe mainly thanks to Rocket Internet and three German brothers that built a successful business cloning ideas, there's more and more original ideas coming out of London and coming out of Europe and Turkey in general, and this is making huge success stories based there. So you don't have to take it from me. Obviously, like, other people are noticing as well. You can see the headlines. There's a huge startup ecosystem building in London and in Europe, and we're starting to get this courage that actually this is possible. So here comes Campus. Within this bubbling and frothy startup ecosystem, we created Campus, which is essentially a 7-story building filled with startups. But more in detail, usually when I describe Campus, I say that if there was an equivalent between real estate and software, Campus would be an open source building. It's like an operating system for startups where, like any other operating system, it has many apps. So our apps are our partners, and these are some of the apps. We have accelerators, we have co-working space, there's a cafe. Maybe you've heard of names like Seed Camp and Startup Weekend that are based there. And essentially, it's a 7-story building filled with startups, and I'll talk a little bit more about numbers and what goes on there. But I want to keep you guys in the context of what makes Startup Hub successful, and I'll give a lot of examples based on my experience with Campus London. I started Campus 2 years ago, and it's now, I want to say the center, but if not the center, one of the centers of the startup life in London and beyond.